I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Live. Over 1,200 health facilities damaged in Ukraine since start of war. According to Ukrainian Health Minister Viktor Lyashko, 1,218 Ukrainian health facilities have been damaged, including 540 damaged hospitals, 173 of which were totally destroyed. The leader of the Russian paramilitary group Wagner said Sunday that his troops had taken an eastern Ukrainian village a few kilometers from the key city of Bakhmut, which Moscow has been trying to capture for months. Follow France 24 for live updates. All times are Paris time, GMT +1. 4:33 p.m. Over 1,200 health facilities damaged since start of war, says Kyiv. Since the beginning of the conflict, 1,218 health facilities have been damaged, Ukrainian Health Minister Viktor Lyashko told news outlet Ukrinform in an interview. A total of 540 hospitals were damaged, 173 of which were totally destroyed, he said, adding that their reconstruction would require nearly €1 billion. 2:28 p.m. One civilian killed in Russian shelling in southeastern city. A 53-year-old woman was killed on Sunday morning after Russian forces shelled an apartment building in the southeastern Ukrainian city of Nikopol, the regional governor said. He added that an 87-year-old woman was also wounded in the attack, which he described as an artillery strike. Nikopol sits across the Dnipro River from the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, which has been occupied by Russian forces since shortly after they invaded Ukraine on February 24. Galina Danilchenko, the Russia-installed mayor of the Ukrainian city Melitopol in southeastern Zaporizhzhia region, said on Saturday one civilian died and 2 people were injured in overnight shelling by Ukrainian forces. 11:29 a.m. Russia continues to shell Ukraine amid grinding push in east. Russian forces over the weekend continued to shell Ukrainian cities amid a grinding push to seize more land in the east of the country, with Ukrainian officials saying that Moscow is having trouble launching its much-anticipated large-scale offensive there. 1 person was killed and 1 more was wounded on Sunday morning by the shelling of Nikopol, a city in the southeastern Dnipropetrovsk region, Governor Serhiy Lysyk reported. The shelling damaged 4 residential buildings, a vocational school, and a water treatment facility. In Kharkiv, Ukraine's second-largest city, 1 person was wounded after 3 Russian S-300 missiles hit infrastructure facilities overnight, Regional Governor Oleh Syniehubov said. 11:29 a.m. Olympic chief Bach shares grief, human suffering of Ukrainian athletes. Olympic chief Thomas Bach said Saturday that he shared the grief and human suffering of Ukrainian athletes, stressing that if it was not up to individual governments to decide who takes part in international sporting competitions. This statement follows Ukraine's threat to boycott the Paris Olympics if Russian and Belarusian athletes are allowed to compete and rally like-minded countries to its cause. The president of Ukraine said the IOC was on the wrong side of history and afraid of Russia's reaction. Ukrainian athletes, Bach said on the sidelines of the World Ski Championships, know how much we share their grief, their human suffering, and all the effort we're taking to help them. Bach added, "It is not up to governments to decide who can take part in which sports competitions because this would be the end of international sport competitions and of world championships and Olympic Games as we know it." 9:45 a.m. NATO Chief Stoltenberg plans to leave office in October. Long-serving NATO leader Jens Stoltenberg has no plans to extend his mandate for a 4th time and expects to be replaced in October, the military alliance said Sunday. The mandate of Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg has been extended 3 times and he has served for a total of almost 9 years, spokeswoman Ona Lungescu said. The Secretary General's term comes to an end in October of this year and he has no intention to seek another extension of his mandate. 9:35 a.m. Neutral Austria slammed for granting visas to sanctioned Russian lawmakers. Austria has come under heavy criticism for granting visas that will allow sanctioned Russian lawmakers to attend a Vienna meeting of the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. The issue highlights the delicate balancing act the European country has engaged in while trying to maintain its long-standing position of military neutrality during the war in Ukraine. The Austrian government has condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine almost a year ago but also stressed the need to maintain diplomatic relations with Moscow. Austria hosts several UN agencies and international organizations such as the OSCE, which was established during the Cold War as a forum for dialogue between East and West. Russia is one of the 57 nations in North America, Europe, and Asia that participate in the Vienna-based organization. 9:20 a.m. Ukraine and U.S. defense chiefs talked priorities ahead of allies meeting. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and Ukrainian Defense Minister Alexei Reznikov discussed priorities, including air defense and artillery, for upcoming meetings of Kyiv's allies in Brussels, both sides said late on Saturday. After securing a promise of scores of modern battle tanks, including the US M1 Abrams, German Leopard 2 and British Challenger 2, President Volodymyr Zelensky and other Kyiv officials have been urging allies to send fighter aircraft. 9:11 a.m. Russia's Wagner leader claims to have captured area near Bakhmut. The leader of the Russian paramilitary group Wagner said Sunday that his troops had taken an eastern Ukrainian town a few kilometers from the key town of Bakhmut, which Moscow has been trying to capture for months. Today, Wagner's assault units took the town of Krasna Hora, Wagner's chief Yevgeny Prigozhin said in a statement.